Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes.
What up, though? So we don't do anything for them, man. We be all off the cuff with it.
We're just hanging.
It ain't no cut, light, none of that. But this is the Welcome to a Podcast, y'all. As you know, for all those who are tuned in and subscribing, liking what we got going on, and this is a space where we like to bring on people who are doing great, phenomenal things, right, and or offer some level of inspiration, got some knowledge to share and give to the people. So if you hear and you tuned in, sit back and soak it up is what I would tell you. I'm your boy Lano, and I'm sitting here next to the man with all the cameras, even the ones they don't have no more, Mr. Jeremy Pape himself. Huh? Yeah. And we have a very special guest with us here today.
Yes.
Right? Can I introduce?
Please.
What?
Yeah,
I get to introduce. This is special.
I'm letting you do. Yeah.
This is special. What? I get to.
You're on fire right now.
Yeah. So we have the ever so talented Mr. Omar Bolden, health coach,
Yes.
champion, NFL champion.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes,
Father,
sir.
husband,
Yes, sir.
philanthropist.
Yes, sir.
What else? Come on.
Man. No, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Great looking gentleman.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Spiffy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Thank you.
Y'all, if y'all can see these shoes, I'm telling you.
Little Doc Martens. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Come
Boy
on.
came in here with it.
Yeah.
But nah, man, thank you for coming on to be on the podcast
Thank you.
with us today, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
We're
no,
honored to have
thank you
brother.
guys for having me, man. It's a pleasure.
Heck
Yeah.
yes. Let's just jump right into it. I guess
do it.
Let's
give
do
us.
it.
Let's start with just like, I was doing a little creeping on Instagram yesterday, just getting ready for.
That's
today.
good, by the way.
Oh,
That's good. That's good, by the way.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it feels weird saying that you don't know me, but I was lurking.
No, it's all good. That's how we do homework.
100%.
That's how we do homework.
100%. Yes. So first of all, congratulations. You have a beautiful family.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And that's
Thank you.
one incredible thing that is challenging to cultivate. So I want to jump into that. But
Okay.
also, it was my daughters. We were watching you prepare all this fruit, and we were all like, "Oh, bro, that looks like the dessert for tonight." You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so it seems like you take that very seriously as far as keeping your body healthy and ready to live this exciting and amazing life that we have.
Yeah.
So I guess I want to jump off with that, and I think that will weave through to our family and to your other passions.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm an athlete to the core.
Yeah.
To the core.
Okay.
My whole life I've been an athlete. So, even as a kid, without the knowledge that I have now, I may not have ate the cleanest, but I always prioritized eating good.
Yeah.
Right? It was like a priority in my house. My dad raised me like that. My mother too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in more traditional homes, sometimes the mother does the cooking.
Yeah.
My father did a lot of the cooking.
Okay,
You know what I
pops.
mean? So my pops throw down. You know what I mean?
What was his dish? What was like?
What was that
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Oh
Pops
man,
going
if
crazy.
growing up, fried chicken and rice.
Come on,
sweet.
man.
Fried chicken and rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll cook up some rice, dice it up with some onions, some peppers, some cilantro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Some spices, and that fried chicken, that batter crazy. He from New Orleans. You know what I mean? So real Southern cooking.
Homeboy.
Yeah, for sure.
Love that.
So yeah, when I grew up, or as I was growing up, dating and stuff like that, that became part of my get down. You know what I mean? Was
Yes.
always cooking and prioritizing good food.
Yeah.
Fast forward, I get married, I have a relationship, and we start a family. I will say this too. It's something that my wife and I connect on as well.
Cool.
So mutual.
Food, you know what I mean? Good food.
Yeah.
But we develop a family, we start a family. We want to prioritize having good stuff. And
Yeah. What's her background? What kind of food cult like?
well, my wife
flavors
is
does she
my,
bring?
my wife is Haitian and Cuban,
Oh,
so like
wow.
so
Yeah.
she has a very Caribbean background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she loves like bold flavors,
Yes.
which I do as well. You know what I mean?
Man, we trying to come to y'all house.
I know,
to eat.
for
No,
real.
it's good. It's
Yeah.
good.
I just ate.
It's good. It's good, man. By the way, if y'all listening and watching, man, check out our Instagram. We post tons of free recipes and just ideas to keep you guys inspired.
Shout that out, man. What's the
Yeah.
Instagram? What can they
Yeah,
find
you can
at?
find me on Instagram at Omar.Bold and my wife at Candice.
Okay.
Candice.
Boom.
But anyways, yeah, we had the family, and that was huge for us. We gotta prioritize cooking, prioritize good meals, so our daughter could see it, so she knows it. She's gonna get it anyway, but even more so than ever now that we have a child, we want to be very serious about it. So we don't take it lightly. You know what I mean? And we make it fun. We make it fun. Cooking is fun, but before we even cook, you know what I mean? Over the past 3 years, I've kind of gotten away from supermarkets and lean more into towards farmer markets.
Yeah.
So like that's a whole experience. Is taking her to the farmer's market, getting her to touch the fruits, feel the people, understand what's in season, right? So now she's learning without even knowing. You know what I mean? Oh, Daddy, where'd the cherries go? She's not saying that, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, honey, they're no longer in season.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Right.
we
Time
gotta
for
wait.
corn
So
every
so
time.
now we're on to the watermelons.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
teaching her these things of like of how nature is actually intended to be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
That's
honestly, this is another topic for another conversation. But like the supermarket could confuse us.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Without a doubt.
It could
Yeah.
keep us confused and keep us disconnected from what the world is or the way the world is designed, the way God made it.
For sure.
You know, you kind of talked about that off camera of just like teaching social skills. And it sounds like it's a 2-for-1, right? You're teaching your kid about healthy food choices and then also being out with people and communicating in those areas. So
1000%. You know, I think every opportunity to make my daughter a well-rounded individual, you know what I mean? I want to place her in those, you know, environments, not just like the traditional learning environment. You know, I want her to be able to be good with her hands, learn how to use her body in ways that, you know, like an athlete, you know what I mean? I want her to be able to be social. I want her to be able to learn how to, you know, sense danger, avoid,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally.
All
how
of those
can you know that if you don't get outside?
you
with
don't know
Right.
it. This is how we gain those experiences. Not from being in the house, not from being on the video game, from being outdoors. You know what I mean? Being engaging with real
The greatest
human
teacher.
interaction.
For sure.
For sure.
I love that.
That's sick. Yeah. When you go to those farm markets too, I guess I was thinking about like even just like learning to appreciate the food and like where it's coming from and being able to see like because one thing that we've been learning that's really interesting is like there's a million walks of life that can be successful. You know? And it's like seeing like you know you could be a farmer even if you wanted to.
1000%.
And like
It's funny because that's something that I don't necessarily see farmer, but some type of agriculture. I see that in my future, like of like hustling because like it. When you want to hustle, bro, my opinion is like you want to speak to things that's authentic to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
For sure.
That's what you should be hustling.
Yeah, because then it's just coming like
Then it's just
natural.
natural. It's just natural. You know what I mean? So like I'm big on fruit, bro. I love fruit. I love it. Like one day I see me offering produce to the community.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You know what I mean? Just because I'm there every day. And just to your point, you know, being able to go to these farmers markets, have these conversations with these farmers, talk to them. Hey, where'd you guys pick the fruit?
Yeah.
Do you guys spray it? Is the fruit sprayed with herbicides, insecticides, pesticides?
Yeah.
Totally right.
Oh, okay, you guys are
Getting
organic.
educated on it.
Now I'm learning.
Right,
It's another school lesson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
like I love that experience for me and my family. And it's not something that I grew up on.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not something I grew up. It's not like this is how I grew up. You know what I mean? This is
Something you adapted.
Now I will say though, like I said, my father is a huge chef, but he's not but he's a great
Totally.
cook.
Yeah,
got
Great
it.
cook. But growing up, he farmed his own. Like in the backyard, we had
Sick.
lettuce, watermelon, peaches,
Yeah.
all that,
Yeah.
grapes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's not.
Yes.
I'm not foreign to it.
Yeah.
I'm not foreign to, but we got disconnected a little bit, and I'm just making my way back.
But
Yeah.
man, I feel that 100%. See, I'm originally from Louisiana, and my dad is from New Orleans, and my dad farms. So I was going to ask you, do you ever indulge in growing your own vegetables, herbs?
I do, but man, I would say that I'm just not the best at it, bro.
Yeah.
Like I've had plants that come, man, my tomato plant, bro, is like
Break your heart, right?
so disappointing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I give it the tender love and care
Talking to it out there.
that I think that it
Yeah.
needs, or that I think that she deserves, or
Yeah.
he, or whatever
Whatever you are,
whatever
how you
it identifies as.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And bro, I just be struggling, man. So
Yeah.
I'm really trying to get that green thumb.
Yeah.
And I will at one day. You know, I don't believe some people probably comes more natural than others,
sure.
but for me, it's gonna be a lot more trial and error, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that I want to teach my daughter. We have more kids. My wife and I, if we have more kids, Lord willing, hope because that is the plan.
Yeah.
But we blessed with more kids. I would love to continue to teach that to them too. You know what I mean?
sure,
So,
man.
like I don't care. I don't have to know it already to teach it to them. We could be
sure.
learning together.
Let's learn it together.
Let's learn together.
Yeah,
You know
like
what I
my
mean?
son be out there with my dad in the backyard growing. Cause my dad got corn back there right now, tomatoes,
fire.
peppers, all that kind of
Yep.
stuff, right? And my son be back there with my dad from the time he wakes up till the time they go to sleep. They best buds, right?
Yep.
And my son is getting something that I didn't really get from my dad. I watched my dad have gardens, but I wasn't involved. I'm like, no, I'm about to go play basketball with the homies up the street. I wasn't gardening, but my son is hands in the dirt. He probably could school us on like
Your son is probably going to have a different type of knowledge and approach to food
Right.
than you had.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes, bro.
Like when you understand, when you see how these things grow and you know what it takes,
Mm-hmm.
you have a different connection when you eat it as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also too, like just by nature, he's probably gonna understand different vitamins, minerals,
Yeah.
benefits that each
each vegetable, fruit
carries, because they all carry something different. You know what I
True,
mean?
bro.
So then when you do eat it, and now I know it becomes more intentful,
Right.
more intention behind it. It becomes
Right.
more of a
Medicine.
meditative practice
Totally.
while you're eating. You know what I mean?
Sure,
So now
yeah.
you can really
100%.
heal.
A real
Yeah.
connection with it.
That's
for
it.
Sure.
That's
like,
it.
I think about the cucumbers we've had out of the garden versus the cucumbers I've got from the supermarket. Like, I can't eat cucumbers out of the grocery store now after having them out of my yard onto the table because they just taste
They
different.
taste different.
They just better, in my opinion. Just like this, tastes fresh, full of water,
Which it's supposed to be.
that's what it's supposed to
What's
be.
it supposed to be.
Yeah, so
That's
hats
tight.
off to you,
Yeah,
man.
that's tight, bro. That's tight.
Super cool.
And you're all plant-based, correct?
I'm all plant-based, bro.
How
I'm
did
all-
you get to that juncture?
Great
Has
question.
it been up there? Have you been doing it a while?
Great question. Yeah, it's been definitely a journey. It's
Yeah.
been a journey that it hasn't always been successful.
Sure.
I would say shortly after finishing my time here in Denver, Colorado, which was the 2015-2016 season, after winning the Super Bowl, I signed with Chicago, but I was injured leaving Denver and going to Chicago.
Okay.
So ultimately I got released, and I'm back at home. While I'm back at home, I'm trying to figure out how to get back healthy. I think I'm 28 at the time. And at the time, I'm just thinking, oh, this is just this. I just need a couple more months. I'll be back in the league. I never got back in, right? But at the time, I'm thinking this is all I need to do. And that was about August. So I got injured in January. So 7 months went by, and I still wasn't healed.
Right.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, what should I do? And I got a big homie, and one of my elders, who was like, hey, bro, I think you should go on a cleanse. And I'm like, what the hell is a cleanse? I don't know what the fuck is a cleanse.
Water?
Right.
Have no, What is that? Right? So he sends me this recipe of spring water, which I had no idea. I thought water was just water. Spring water, maple syrup, cayenne, black peppercorn, apple cider vinegar, and maybe something else. I'm blanking. Maybe that might have been the recipe. This is in 2016.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want you to drink a gallon of that. So I'm like, just that? Yeah. So I do that. I go through the detox. I'm sweating and shit like that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I'm going through it. And he was like, you need to stop eating meat and cut out dairy out of your diet. Wow, I love those things. Well, those things are keeping you inflamed, and you have a lot of inflammation in your knee. That's why you're not healthy. All right, well, shit, I'm trying to get back on the football field, so if that's what it takes, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So one of the first parts of, like, this journey, the process, was me letting go of red meat and dairy products, which was a little difficult, but in comparison to everything else, fairly easy,
Okay.
right? So I was able to do that. I go, a few months, or I don't know, whatever the extended time is doing that. I get to 2017, the film What the Health comes out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Me and my wife now, she was my girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
This is the day after the 4th of July. We're watching it in my bed, and we're like, we're done with meat.
Hey.
Hey, we're done. Cold turkey right now.
Yeah.
Cold turkey. Fuck this up.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck this up.
For
I
sure.
went 3 weeks. I went 3 months. She went 3 weeks, and we went back to eating.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. 2019, I came back. I was like, man, I'm gonna give it another crack. And another way to keep myself accountable, you know what? I'm trying to get into this content thing. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I'm gonna create a show called 50 Vegan Spots in LA. This is what's gonna keep me accountable. So
Yeah.
every week I'm gonna drop an episode of showing people how they can eat vegan in Los Angeles, California.
Dope.
Pandemic hits.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right.
I guess it's chicken wings.
I guess chicken wings and fries. Again, right? And it's not that. It was just that easy. It's like I was trying, but like the food just wasn't hitting the same as it was getting to my house. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It was a bad time. We all experienced the pandemic. It was
For sure.
it was fucked up. You know.
Real.
So I went 6 months at that time, though, right? And then transitioned back to eating meat, or just back to my old lifestyle.
Mhm.
And then around that time, my wife got diagnosed with a condition called PCOS. It's called polycystic ovarian syndrome. Okay, it's one of the number one leading causes for infertility in women.
What?
Okay, it's basically cysts that attach to the ovaries, and they don't allow the sperm to attach to it, and it causes women to be
yes.
infertile. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing. We're thinking about getting married soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We want to have children. Of
course.
This is something we serious we got to address.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. So that happens. Then very close friend of mine, brother of mine, ex-teammate, Ronnie Hillman, gets diagnosed with cancer. Right. He gets diagnosed, and when he hits me, he finds out it's stage 4. Right.
God.
It's bad.
Yeah.
You know
He's
what I mean? He's young. At the time, he's younger than me. He was 31 years old.
Shit.
Yeah. And obviously he didn't win that battle. But those things scared the shit out of me. And I was like, you know what? Let maybe we should really take this serious. You know what I mean? I'm still dealing with aches and pains in my body, even though I look healthy.
Right.
That's always been everyone's kind of like question with me. It's like, yo, you look healthy, but you guys don't feel what I feel on the inside.
Right.
You know what I mean? You guys don't understand what I'm dealing with internally. You know what I mean? Mentally.
Yeah.
There are things there's a blockage.
Right.
Something
Like,
inside.
but look at your arm. Ain't no way you're not healthy.
And that's the scary thing about health.
Yeah, you just don't even know.
Everyone, you think that everyone is healthy based off of how they look, but we can't see what's happening on the inside.
Right.
You could be dying by the second. You know what I mean?
Right.
So those things was like, yo, forced us to go do some research. We took a trip to Honduras to Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi is one of my biggest inspirations. Right? I don't know, for those who are maybe listening or watching, Dr. Sebi is one of the most legendary holistic doctors to ever walk the face of this planet.
Without a doubt.
And really inspired a movement and educated a community of people on eating plant-based and eating at an alkaline level, right? Where disease cannot live in the body.
Right.
So my wife and I take a trip to Honduras. I do it for my wife because my wife is trying to heal, and honestly for Ronnie. Ronnie couldn't go.
Yeah.
He couldn't make the trip, and I was like, I'm gonna go soak up
your
all
behalf.
on your behalf, bro. I'm gonna come back. I got the game for you.
Yeah.
So we did that, and while we were there, we basically have to go into a fast. You know what I mean? You eat twice a day, but it's only alkaline foods. The portion sizes are something like you've never experienced before. Like, they gave me 3 grapes, they cut them in half, so it was 6.
Whoa. Oh, man.
Okay? Right?
Yeah.
I'm hungry already.
All right? Okay? That's what was on my plate in the morning, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's very tough. So you're fasting, what we learned about fasting is like, yo, you think that you're not going to be able to operate at a high level, but you'll be surprised. Yo, when the vessel is empty, the mind is sharp. Sharp, crystal clear. Ideas start flowing. And, while I was there, it's not even what you asked me, but like, I'm just going to tell you because
Go for it,
this is
man.
where we at. But that's like what birthed my business now, today. I was there and I was like, yo, I believe I have a community of people that follow me that need this information.
For sure.
That need to be exposed to alternative healing modalities.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That need to get back connected to the herbs, the roots that's healing us naturally. You know what I mean? And that's
what led you to
so that was a little long-winded, and I know that's
it
not.
was great though. But that was great. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what a journey, man. I think about my relationship with fasting of just through religion and spirituality, right? Like, and as a kid, I didn't understand what that was really about. Like, what you mean you're not gonna eat, right? And just all these things. And then as I became an adult and I fasted for the first time for my own good, like 30-day fast, like there is something beautiful about like starving almost, but knowing like you good though.
Yep.
Right.
And then when you come out of that, it is like it's a cleanse, man. And
It
it's a mental cleanse, and it's just like it's so important. I think more of us should do it. More people should have a fast in their life at some point. Like that it should be a part of just who you are. And when I think about what you're talking about as far as food, like coming up in the South, like nobody ate good. Like everybody eats bad.
Well, you eat good,
Come on now.
but you eat bad stuff.
Bad stuff. The stuff
Yeah.
is great. It tastes phenomenal. It's all, but it's like the wrong stuff to be putting in your body. And as a kid, I would always rebel against a lot of that stuff. They're like, boy, you gonna be skinny, you gonna da-da-da-da. And now I've gotten older, like I got good habits with food. I have a good relationship.
You have a great relationship with food.
You know what I'm saying? And like I understand like food is for energy purposes and not for me to overindulge.
Yep.
So I'll get what I need. I'm like, I'm done. They're like, you starving? I'm like, I'm straight. No, I'm good. I've had enough.
No,
Like
that's good.
Like red meat, I can't even do red meat, bro. Like I be craving a burger and I just can't because I'll eat it and it be making me feel like shit.
Yep.
And it's like to have that connection with your body I think it's one of the biggest keys to like living a healthy life. To just listen to it. Like you say, like people seeing you, they're like, yeah, cuz cut up and all these things. But it's like you don't know my connection.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. 2 things I want to mention. One, I think fasting is beautiful. Fasting is beautiful, and it's something that I agree people should try. But it's not something that you should just like dive head into first. Right. You should take your time. You should crawl before you walk. You know what I mean? You should. I just came off a 5-day fast. I just came off a 5-day watermelon fast literally yesterday. I ended it before I came here. And before I did that this year, I did a 3-day fast. Yeah. Right. And then before I did that at the top of the year, to start the year, I did a 7-day raw fast. Right. So like you want to like slowly introduce yourself to these things so that you could set yourself up for success.
Totally.
It's very, very challenging mentally more than anything,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
And one thing you do gain gain from it though is like mental fortitude when you walk out of there. Like you realize like how much stronger you were.
Totally.
Yeah, like
Yes.
it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing.
Do you do it with because I like snacking more than you guys, I bet, and but I have also completed like a 3-day fast and such. But one of the things that really helped me was also doing it with a partner and
Oh,
being
yeah.
like, cool, we can. Because then even on those moments where like I really
You
would
want a
like a
break.
little hot dog, you know, be like I'm not doing it because you're not doing it. You know what I
Honestly,
mean?
it's hard to do anything by yourself.
Man,
Truly.
say that.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we're not
truly.
really designed to do things by ourselves.
Yeah, man, yeah.
God made us, designed us to do it with a partner.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Partnership. That's what companionship. So
Totally.
yeah,
Yes.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And my wife just came off the fast with me.
Sweet.
You know what
I
I mean?
love
I
that.
did see
Heck
y'all
yeah.
doing the watermelon fast. So
Yeah.
how'd that go, man? Because
Yeah.
my daughter loves watermelon.
Yeah, man,
You can live off it, I guess.
it's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's 97% water, so
Okay,
you're
yo.
gonna. I mean, and you think about this too, like the fruits that come in the summertime. The reason why it's the hottest season, so it's gonna be the most hydrating fruits, right? So these are gonna replenish you more than anything. Like, so you could actually go the entire summer without drinking water just by eating your water through the fruit and never be dehydrated.
Wow.
But to answer your
That's
question,
crazy.
to answer your question, is fantastic though. It's
Yeah.
fantastic, man. I mean, waking up with full of energy.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about crystal clear, sharp, hungry, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Hungry, obviously.
Yeah, how many watermelons do you put down?
Oof,
Oof.
oof, man. I mean, I got 3 at the house right now.
Ready.
3, but we went through 5 last week.
Wow.
We went through 5 last
Yeah.
week. Yeah,
That's a lot of watermelon between two people.
Yeah. But if that's all you having,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
all you having. So,
Yeah.
But it was very. I think it was good for our relationship.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah. Something
We needed
fun,
it. Yeah,
challenging.
it's fun. It's challenging.
Yeah.
I told myself that I wanted to fast at the start of every new season this year.
Okay.
That's cool.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
So
I
I
love
was
that.
a week late on this week. I mean on the summer season just because things got away from me. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm trying to hold myself to that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Stay
And stay accountable. Hold myself accountable to that. Stay committed to that word. But yeah, I want to continue in introducing and incorporating fasting into my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because every time I do it, I learn something about myself.
That's awesome.
That's what I wanted to talk about because I mean, obviously, it's great for the body and the mind is part of the body,
Mhm.
but like, how much does it like affect your mental health too? You know, talk a little bit about that.
The fasting?
Yeah, or just even just like being thoughtful of what you're putting in your body. In
Well, I think
general.
mental health is everything, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing I pride myself on is, and I didn't ask you guys, but I usually ask you, how you doing mentally?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think that's a big thing. Because that's another thing that no one else could see.
Right.
Right? There's millions of people that are listening, watching. You know what I mean? That this message is gonna touch when they, whenever it reaches them. That
Yeah.
may look good on the outside, but are struggling seriously. You know what I mean?
sure.
And crying for help on the inside.
Yeah.
So I think taking care of your mental is key. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't say that I've always had it figured out either. Like I thought I was always in control, and then when I retired from playing football, I realized like, oh, I'm down bad right now.
Right.
Like I completely have lost, who I am.
Right.
Yeah,
So
right.
much of your identity was
So
in
much
the
of my identity was wrapped up in football,
Right.
in the NFL player. And so when the lights or shut off or the musical chair stops, stop moving, stop swinging, it was like, I'm really
Who am I
lost.
now?
Who am I?
Yeah, who am
Where do
I?
I go? Where do I
Totally.
go? So,
Totally.
I even had to I checked myself into a facility for 30 days to like work on this. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
man.
To like,
Yeah.
which really introduced me to therapy, which
Yeah.
which introduced me back into meditation.
Sick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back into yoga practices that I was doing before that I didn't understand why I was doing them. I
Right.
just thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Totally.
And today now I'm like,
Now
oh, I
these
got
are
to
actual tools. For
Oh, these
you.
are real tools. These are real
100%.
tools, and
100%.
if you're not right upstairs, if you can't help yourself, if you're not good for you, you're not going to be good for your partner, you're not going to be good for your children, you're not going to be good for your coworkers, your colleagues, none of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it all starts with yourself, and honestly, if you are struggling, the fucked up thing is like you got to do the work yourself.
Man.
You
That's
know what I
the
mean?
real
It's
part.
like
Yeah.
that's the real part. No one could
Totally.
really do it for
Yeah.
you. You
Totally.
know what I mean? You could express that you're struggling and express to your friends, your support group that you need help.
Right.
But ultimately though,
It's still your work.
it's still your work to do.
Totally.
It's still your work to do. And You know, I think that it took me some time to figure that out. You know what I mean? Because I just thought that it would just get done on its own, and you know, I've had to do some deep work over the past few years, and I'm still
For
working.
sure, there's always
For
work to
sure.
be done.
I'm still
Yes.
working.
You know,
Always
when I think about the mental end of just, you know, to respond to your question, I think the two things in my life that are a constant reality check for me is one, being married,
Yep.
and the other being a parent.
Yep.
Right? I think those two things try me the most, and right,
For sure.
and peel back things within me. I was like, oh, I got work to do,
Mhm.
right? And it's like, I feel like overall life is great, life is good, but there's things in life that are just the life parts of just like illness, sickness, all the whatever's going on that could happen to anybody. Basic stuff like the laundry, the dishes.
Yep.
This is life, and then there's like the destiny end of it, which is tied to the choices that we make, right? And so in this current season I'm in, it's like I'm having to make choices based off of what's going on in my marriage and what's going on with me as a parent, and those things are sharpening me more than I ever thought. Like I looked, like the other day I was sitting there, me and my wife was kind of going back and forth about something, and then we got to a good space with it, and I went outside and sat down, and I was like, yo, I am getting better
Yeah.
That was a win.
ever.
Yep.
Yeah, because me 10 months ago would have been like, nah, I ain't settling on that. I want to be right, and I want you to understand what I'm saying. But then you start to understand, like, wow, I am being a student of my past. Like I'm starting to, like when I really start to do my homework, like we talked about, like I'm doing my homework and I'm seeing the results because I'm not responding to things the way I would have, and it's actually better for everybody. And so that self-work is important, that mental work that nobody can see. Like my wife didn't see me go outside and check myself, like, yeah, bro. Yeah, you're getting better.
Right.
Yeah. Like, cause you know, you could have been immature about all of that. So I think it's important, man. And it is a you thing. It's always gonna be a you thing that you're working on. You know what I mean?
Always.
You have to be able to be looking at it like that.
Truly. Yeah. There was a season when I was kind of similarly like trying to figure out like who am I going to be next in this next season of life, and I was reading all these self-help books, just trying to like glean some knowledge, and I got to a certain point where I was like, everything is saying the same thing, right? You're just because you know it doesn't mean you're doing it.
Yep.
And having to like implement those tasks and
Yep.
be like, oh,
Just because you know it.
these little things, just because you think about them that's not getting it out into the real world and like actually step in.
The power isn't in the knowledge.
At
People
all.
say knowledge is power,
No,
right?
it's the action, baby.
The application of the knowledge is the
Truly.
power,
Truly,
right?
Yeah.
Acquiring the knowledge is one thing. That's like
Step one.
that's step one.
Yeah.
Step one. Step one, bro. If you want to move forward, you gotta apply that shit.
That's right.
You gotta
man.
apply that
That's
shit.
how we gonna know it's work. That's
That's
how we
it.
know it works, right?
That's it.
Like I take my hat off to you, man. You said something earlier about, you know, you went on this journey, you know, your wife and your good buddy and all those things, and then you think about the people that got eyes on you and following you. Like there's always gonna be a level of servitude attached to our purpose. And so then once you find that, then you start to see the bigger picture of like, it's bigger than me, Omar. I got all these people watching me. And then if you start to go to something closer, you like, I got a daughter who's gonna come up one day and be in this world without me at some point. And so it's like, it's actually my job to be working on myself because of all the people that I'm connected to, everybody that I love and everybody that cares about me. Like I owe it to not just me, to everybody, to be making sure that I'm doing the work.
Right.
It's so much.
You say something that makes me think, you know, you have a bigger responsibility that's tied to this now. Now that I understand, like, you know, what I'm learning and the platform that I have.
Yeah.
You know, I used to come on my social platforms, and if I'm being honest, you know, very vain. Like I just want to be cool.
Yeah, showing them
I
Doc
just want to
Martens.
be light.
Yeah.
I just want to show
I know,
the
yeah.
fit.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just want to show my drip. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Right.
I just want to show where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, which is crazy. One of my biggest inspirations growing up was Dame Dash Rockefeller.
Yeah.
I used to always hear Dame say, I sell cool. And somewhere along my adolescence, I adopted that, and I said, I'm gonna sell cool. And so for a while, as I became a young adult, I started to walk around with that. You know what I mean? And then as I get into my 30s and I start to have this awakening about myself, and I'm like, yo, it's not about being cool. You know what I mean? It's about like making an impact.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make an influence anymore. I don't want to influence y'all anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to impact y'all lives.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
care about making cool content.
Yeah.
I care about making content that's going to teach you something
Yeah.
that you don't know. That's going to help you.
Which
More
is really
importantly,
the coolest thing
that's
ever.
the coolest shit that you could
Cool.
do.
Well, hey, without a doubt.
That's the coolest thing you could do.
Make an impact.
And make an impact on somebody else's life.
Yeah, brother.
Teach somebody something they didn't know.
Yeah,
Help
but-
somebody get
yeah.
from point A to point B that
That's
they
right.
were stuck because they didn't hear the information that you had for them.
That's right. And they watching you.
And they watching you.
Yeah.
Now we talking about leaving a real legacy behind.
Right.
Nobody gonna care about your drip when you gone in 100 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, but how did you impact the culture? How did you help people? How did you make your imprint on your life or on the world while you were here? And that's what I'm focused on now. You know what I mean?
man.
Like, and that's what drives me today.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
what I'm passionate about today. You know what I mean? Helping people, like, and any way that I possibly can, whether that be with your physique, whether that be with your nutrition, your mindset, you know what I mean? Your communication, your relationships,
Right.
you know what I mean? Health and wellness. This is a super big umbrella that people just try to, maybe they don't understand.
Yeah.
This is so vast.
Right.
It's so vast. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's not just what we see. It's
Right.
the mental aspect. It's what we eat. It's how we connect to the earth. It's our relationship to the sun.
Right.
You know what I mean? All of these
Right.
things play an important factor in wellness. And
Yeah.
if you want to be healthy, you want to be here for a long time, and you want to be able to teach these messages to your kids, you've got to understand that.
Yeah.
100%.
Gotta
Gotta
understand
understand
that. Man, that's a word, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry about that.
No,
Sorry.
bro,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
man, no apologies here,
Keep it
man.
going.
That's what
Keep it
this is what
coming,
it's
yeah.
about, man. I mean, it's about giving the game. It's
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
giving somebody who could be watching this something that and it clicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because we've all probably had those moments where things click. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a great segue into like our welcome to it moment.
Yeah, I love
Like,
that. Dang, that's good.
I know
You're on
that's great.
fire today.
Come on, man. I'll tell you, I got my son with me, man. You know what I'm
yeah, yeah.
So on the show, man, we like to do a thing what we call the welcome to it moment. So it's just a time in your life where you feel like you had arrived at a new place, or you had arrived, or something showed you like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm at, and I'm in the right place right now.
Mm.
It could be anything. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I got a couple
Yeah.
moments in my life where I feel like I've arrived.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I feel like I have to mention, you know, my introduction to the NFL, because that was like a big moment in my life.
sure.
You know what I mean? I dreamed so much in my life, you know what I mean, of like making it to the NFL. It was countless days of nights of like sitting in my bed till 2, 3 in the morning watching NFL Total Access
Yeah.
and be like, man, one day I'm gonna be on there. You know what I mean? So like,
Right.
you know, the day that I got drafted, you know, seeing my name like come on the screen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Hearing picking up the call, John Elway on the call, you know what I mean? Speaking to the position coach, you know, then hanging up the phone to like literally sprinting outside, like just so much excitement.
Yeah.
Coming
Yeah.
inside, checking my phone. The first text I got my phone blowing up, but the first text from the moment that I got drafted is from a number I don't have saved. I click it, it's Peyton Manning.
Oh, shit.
Like that was like a real, you know,
Man.
what is it?
The
Welcome
welcome to
to
it.
it. Yeah.
Welcome to it. That was a real welcome to it moment for me,
Yeah.
right? Then so that's one.
Yeah.
Then I, you know, by the way too, like I gotta say, I get drafted by the Denver Broncos. My favorite corner of all time is Champ Bailey.
Come on now.
So like I'm
Yeah.
coming into the room and I'm like, bro, I get to
With Champ over
bro,
here.
this is kind of crazy, bro. Kind of crazy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And I
truly.
get into the meeting room and, you know, the coach is like, don't even, you know, pick a seat. You're gonna sit next to Champ. Sit right there.
Yeah.
So now, you know what I mean, I'm technically forced to sit by Champ Bailey, you know what I mean? And, you know, I just being able to be mentored by this dude, man, and just to have just like casual conversation
Yeah.
about not just football,
Life.
but life.
Yeah, man.
Like another welcome to a moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Then like I'm drafted, but our cornerback room is deep. We got, I think when I came here, it was like 14 corners.
Oh,
Right. So I know I'm drafted and I know pretty much I should be on the team, but like I don't know.
right.
I don't know. I feel like I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's a lot of dudes up here.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and then mind you, I'm coming off a season where I didn't play football the last season. My final season in college, I didn't play. I was injured, so I hadn't played football in a year and a half. You know what I mean? So like, I'm trying to get my
Yeah, you
back
gotta
up
get your
under
juice
you.
get my
back.
shit
Yeah,
back. You
right.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
12 corners. I'm like, shit, bro, it's looking a little steep.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I'll be lying if I say I didn't feel that pressure of like, am I gonna get cut? Am I gonna make the team?
Right.
You know what I mean? We're going into the last preseason of the game and last preseason game of the season, and I don't know, somewhere in the game, I returned and kicked for a touchdown. That was like another welcome to it moment for me. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Nah,
can do this.
I could really do this.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I was even second guessing myself because I'm here.
Yeah.
Right? But like just having played in a while, like it was, some shit I had to get over.
For sure.
So that was that. And so those are,
those big ones.
I will encompass that as like one moment that I broke down into 3 different moments from the NFL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My next welcome to it moment is probably after starting this business and getting it going and realizing that like I have something, good, substantial that I believe in, that people believe in. Yeah. The business is growing, thank God, by the grace of God. And orders are really climbing in.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks ago, as of 2 weeks ago, we have officially secured a manufacturer because we've been doing everything in house.
Praise God. That's
We've been doing
awesome.
everything
That's
in house. You know what I mean? So I'm talking about busting everything down, like
all that, backing it up.
Yeah.
I'm seriously.
It's the dope game.
It looked like a legal trap house.
Right.
It's a legal trap
But
house.
with goods.
But now you know what I mean. Like things are we're about to be compliant. You know what I mean. Not that it will be, but we can now be on shelves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like what we're doing on the e-commerce side.
Yeah,
So but what I'm saying is we're now elevating, and that like walking through the factory like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Signing the dotted line, sending the money. I'm like,
welcome to it.
Welcome to it, man.
Yeah.
This is it. We're finally elevating, and we've been 2 years in the house.
Yeah.
Trapping out the house for 2 years. You know what I mean? It's something that I was like, man, I think I got something here.
Yeah.
To like watching orders increase every week.
Right.
And then knowing the work that you're putting in behind it. I think that'd be the core of the welcome to it moments of just like, and I think that was great, man. You probably our first guest who's given us multiple ones.
Yeah.
And that's awesome because I think that is a pattern because you're going to always be arriving as long as you keep putting in the work.
As long as you keep showing up.
And it sounds like the feeling really is embodied in affirmation of like, I can do things.
Right.
Like, I'm capable. I'm worthy of doing them. And then when you complete them, it's beautiful. It's like just to spin off, not to take your moment, but to spin off of that of like that's one of the ways I go about parenting. Of just like to allow my kids to do things because I tell them like once you're able to do something and you become confident in it, that's really what you want. You want the confidence in it.
Right.
And so by them having chores like washing dishes, folding their own clothes, washing their clothes, sweeping, mopping, doing all those type of things. Like I know some days they be dragging, and I'm like, but look how good y'all have gotten at doing it. Like y'all used to be trash at it. I used to come down and be like, man, what is this? Peanut butter and jelly on the bowl? You even wash it. I said, but look at you now. You wash this bowl like I do. I said, so now this is gonna take you in life. Not about it's bigger than washing dishes. It's about you being able to do things. And once you can show yourself you can do something, there's really no limits to whatever you put your mind on.
That's a fact.
And that's what connects the dots of like coming up with something, an idea, starting at level 1, and then executing and then getting the results. And that makes you feel great as a human.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
It really does, man. So
Truly.
hats off to you, man.
Thank you, bro.
I want more for y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
In those avenues. That's awesome.
A little bit along those same lines is like kind of when you're oftentimes lost, like when you were talking about, how did some of those, did you do things just trying stuff out to figure out the next step of like where I'm gonna go? Like was it a lot of like shooting in the dark, or you were just like really methodical about it?
No. I wish I could say I was really methodical and I had it all mapped out and I was super strategized.
Yeah.
But my wife says I stole this phrase from her, but I live by the phrase, things in motion stay in motion.
For sure.
Okay, so like initially, as soon as I finished playing, well, I didn't know I was finished playing, but that first year that I was out, I was like, okay, I can't be at home because my mental health is not good at home, right? Like I'm walking into people that know me at the grocery store. They're asking me, hey, what you doing here?
Right.
I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it.
Right.
Right now, I can't take this shit.
Yeah.
I got to go someplace else.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know, but you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm out. So I thought I wanted to do fashion.
Yeah.
Cool.
I moved to New York. I started working with a startup company, which was kind of crazy to go literally from an NFL locker room to a startup, right? But man, it put me right back into reality.
Right.
It put me right back into reality. And I was like, this is dope. Like the hustle. And then also too, which was fire, no one knew me.
Sweet.
So everyone I knew was just like, yo, that's Omar.
Right.
Man,
Right.
you don't understand. Like that for me was like everything, bro. Like I could just be Omar. There's no expectation. No one has any preconceived notion about who I am or what Nah, I got a fresh slate with everybody.
Yeah.
So, while I was there, I was like, all hands on deck because it's a startup, you know what I mean? I'm helping design, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Right? But they trust me. They trust my eyes. So that was fire, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I'm working with, someone who graduated from Parsons. You know what I mean? She's she really designs, you know what I mean? So
Right.
so I'm learning those type of skills, but the CEO of the company, he went to Harvard. So they got me in the Harvard Business School, seminars. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I'm doing
Yeah.
pitch meetings. I feel like I'm on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
I'm in so many different environments that are like, wow, this is fire.
Yeah.
What I learned about it is that I don't want to work in fashion.
Sure.
Okay. But it was a learning experience for me nonetheless.
Totally.
Right. So boom, I moved back to California after that time because I think I worked there for like 6 months. I had a 6-month deal and we couldn't come to an agreement on terms about moving forward. So I was like, I'm just going to move back to California. Move back to California, give the NFL another try. A coach that I had here brought me to Jacksonville. I came there. I couldn't even work out because I failed the physical. At that point, I was like, I'm just about to let this shit go. I spent a year out the game. I tried to heal naturally. I even had surgery during that time that I didn't mention. The shit didn't work. All right, I'm done with this shit.
Straight
God, okay, I get it.
Yep.
Hearing
What's
You
next?
don't got to call me too many times.
Yeah.
yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got
You
it.
get it. You
I
don't want
got. I
it to
get
go.
it.
All right.
I get. I'm not.
You so.
I'm not gonna spend the rest of my 20s trying to chase this shit. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I get it. I'm gonna move on. And at the same time, I had my personal trainer who was training me just got a gig at Stanford. He was like, "Hey, I'm about to leave, but the way that you and I train, like you damn near be training yourself, bro. Like I think you got a passion. I think you could really help people."
Yeah.
I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Yeah, but like I don't know about that shit. I gotta get certified." He was like, "Yeah, bro, I'll help you do all that." And I was like, "Yeah, but I don't got no clients." He was like, "I got 9 of them for you."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, shit."
All right. Well,
And at this
I got no
time,
more excuses.
at this time, I'm not making no money.
Right.
I'm going on 2 years. I haven't made $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't made $1. You know what I mean? And I remember being at the time like, man, if I could just make $100 a day,
Yeah.
Right.
like I just need to start there. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because you go from like making buku bread to like making zero. Right? Everything in my account was just red. Everything is going out.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't have nothing coming in. So I was like, man, if I could just start by just earning that,
Right.
yeah, I'll be good.
Mhm.
I'll be good. Like I'm in a good space. I played 4 seasons. I didn't have crazy spending habits. I got a little cushion.
Yeah.
I got some time.
Yeah.
Right.
I got some time to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I fell into training.
Yeah.
I fell into training. There was a company here called Muscle Farm, supplement company.
Yep.
They moved to LA.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if they knew me here
Mhm.
or aware of me, but around the time that I transitioned into training, they hit me up. Hey, we just opened up a facility here. We would love to hire you as an athlete. What does that mean?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Well, we want to use you for shooting content and things of that nature.
Sweet.
They use the word content. My wife was at the time around a great circle of influencers, some that probably everyone here listening and watching knows.
Okay.
Right? She's in that circle, in that pocket. And she's telling me about, yo, you got to start creating content. And I'm like, what the hell is everybody keep talking about creating content?
Here's this word again. I'm trying to make $100 a day.
I'm trying to make $100 a day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm like, you know what? I guess maybe I should start doing it. You know what I mean? So I agree. We start working together. That leads to an opportunity to be in Muscle and Fitness magazine. I'm like, bro, I've been playing in the NFL. I never was in the magazine. Wow. Okay, cool. So let's do that.
Yeah.
That led to an opportunity to work with and help, build, athletic apparel brand. I don't know if you guys heard of the brand ASRV, but I worked with these guys for 5 years, help them build their brand, through my likeness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously their cuts,
Uh-huh.
but, we work closely, you know what I mean, on that. And I was like, you know what, this is fire.
Yeah.
And so like all of those things, I'm moving and shaking, moving and shaking, but I'm still like, the health and wellness space is where it's at,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? This is what I'm passionate about. Like I will never not take my health serious.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Regardless of what I'm doing. And I have a unique way of teaching it. And I have a unique way of breaking it down and allowing people to connect to it.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let's just stay in this space. But my wife is constantly like, yo, you need a product.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You need a product. People want to support you. People care.
Directly.
People want to buy today. People want to buy into the person.
Straight up.
They want to buy, you know what I mean? Everyone
the
loves
social
Nike. Everyone loves Nike, but people want to buy into whatever the small company of
That's
Nike
right.
is. Whoever's creating sneakers from that's doing that. People want to buy into that today, you know. So I'm like, you know what? Let's find that product. And for the longest, you know, I thought it would be some type of workout minibands or equipment.
Yeah.
But none of those things really just sat with me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, maybe it's athletic clothes. Nah, that's not really my thing. And I don't know, man. The supplements just, when I dove into that, I was like, you know, this is really it.
That's where it's at.
This is where it's at for me. So
staying in motion.
Staying in motion.
Right.
Staying in motion. And now that I'm here in the product space, I enjoy this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to continue being able to develop products that can help people,
Yes.
that can make an impact in people's lives.
Man,
You know
tell
what I
us
mean?
about what you got here. You brought some stuff with us.
Yeah, I got 2. I brought actually 3 of our hottest sellers. Right here next to me are soursop leaves. I don't know if many people may not have heard of it, but it's a very powerful fruit. It's native to tropical climates. It's high in vitamin C. It's antibacterial. Do your homework on it. I urge everyone to, you know, do their own research, but there's so much research and studies of soursop being proven to be 17 times more powerful than chemotherapy.
Wow.
I mean, we just left Fox News, and one of the reporters there was telling me off air that one of her family members just got diagnosed with cancer, and how they were talking about they needed to get some soursop ASAP. You know what I mean? So the
you chew
fruit,
like gum, or
the
you
fruit.
eat
So
it?
we use it as a tea. We
Okay.
use it as a tea. So you'll boil your water. You throw your leaves in, you let it steep for about 10 to 15 minutes.
Sweet.
And then you'll enjoy it. You could have it in the morning, but we like it in the evenings as well to wind down.
Sweet.
And if you can't get access to the fruit, this is the next best thing. You know what I mean? I always tell people, though, if you could get the fruit, get it.
Yeah.
Get it. Fruit. There's so much more benefits in the fruit, right?
Sweet.
But
Yeah.
there's a lot of properties in the leaves, and we use that as we extract it for the tea.
Okay.
So yeah, that's one of our number one sellers right there. And then right here I got our male. Let's do our male performance. Our male performance is a blend of 4 different herbs:
Sick.
Damiana, Eleuthero, which is Siberian ginseng, ashwagandha, and bitterwood. All of these herbs together. Damiana is used for sex drive, your libido, natural aphrodisiac.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't
Gin-
need none of that, killer.
Ginseng,
Watch that big
ginseng,
dick.
natural testosterone and energy, right?
Yeah.
Known for centuries. Ashwagandha, testosterone and recovery, and then bitterwood. I've done extensive research on the gut, and if we want to be powerful, vital, everywhere else, it starts in our gut. It starts in
It's
our
crazy
gut.
how connected you are from the gut to the brain, right?
Directly connected.
Yeah.
Directly
So
connected.
fascinating.
So this is like I said, this is the number one. This is the number one seller.
Gotta be.
This is the number one.
Man energy.
This is
in a
the
bottle?
number one seller.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sex drive, libido, testosterone, energy, recovery, all that. And then
Awesome.
this is our women's blend. We got Damiana as well. So Damiana, it's the same herb that I use in this one,
Okay.
right? Could be used the same way for women. All right. So for sex drive, but also to help shrink fibroids, balance hormones as well. Sea moss. You guys familiar with sea
Yep.
moss?
Got some in the
sir.
fridge.
Yep. So we use that to strengthen the vaginal walls. Okay.
of
We
that.
got bladderwrack in there as well. Hydrangea, a flower to help bind with toxins and things of that nature.
Okay.
Help pull things up out of the women and just keep them healthy down there. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is our women's blend, our male performance, and our soursop leaves. And we got other products too, but these are what's
ones.
jumping off the
Okay.
shelves right
Yeah,
now. And we eventually, I eventually want to continue to evolve the brand and the products. I want to bring a tincture for mental clarity to the fold, using products like Lion's Mane, Rhodiola, things of that nature. But I'm gonna always tap into the earth. You know what I mean? So whatever God
100%.
made, man, I'm
Gonna
just
use that.
putting it. I'm not even creating it.
Yeah.
It's God already made it. You
Yeah,
know what I
it's
mean?
already here.
I'm just putting it in the package for y'all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Make it easily accessible
Yeah.
for you
For
guys.
sure,
Yeah.
man.
Yo, I love that.
That's awesome. Shit.
How are you learning what goes with what? You know, I'm sure that there's benefits for having some of the things together in one
Yeah.
thing. So how are you figuring all that? Was
Yeah.
that your time spent?
Great
Dr.
question.
Sebi, or-
I would say first, just initially, which is gonna sound a little naive though. Like when I first started with herbs, I just started taking them.
Okay, yeah.
Not even
Yeah.
not even knowing
Right.
what would you
That was me in the
you said it
20s.
does what? You said it does, okay, cool, I'm gonna take that.
Yeah.
Right? And then I started to understand bro, this is super irresponsible. Not knowing what you're putting into your body is one of the most irresponsible things you could do.
Without a
For
doubt.
sure. Yeah.
right?
Right,
Like
right.
we should want to know exactly what it is
Yes, the
and
template.
what it's going to do
Right.
once I put it in my body,
Right.
right?
Yes.
So I could know, so I could be prepared. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Right.
So yeah, that was one thing. I just trial and error on my own,
Yeah.
right? And learning things of like, oh, I don't want to take that
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, definitely don't want to sell it to nobody else.
I don't want to give that to anybody. So that, and then mentorship,
Yeah.
traveling the world, experiencing different herbs,
Yeah.
Thailand, Bali, Honduras, Mexico.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
also back in school. I'm studying acupuncture.
Sick.
In a year and a half, I will be a licensed doctor of acupuncture and Chinese herbal medicine.
Dope.
So like learning herbal properties in that sense too, and really being able to seriously prescribe someone.
Yeah.
See, right now I've created blends that are more like general,
Right.
right?
Right.
In a year or so, maybe 2, I'll be able to really get specific, prescribe, have a consultation with someone, and really get down to the root
So
cause. You know, because everyone's different.
For
sure.
Everyone's different.
Right.
Like what I have are general products, right? But like if you had a specific issue and you went to the doctor, we would need a specific plan to help you get back to homeostasis.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you could be healthy again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Dang, that's fucking wild. That's so sick.
Yeah, man. So just taking my time to learn it through, I guess self-education, and then now more formal education, being back in school in a doctorate program.
Yeah.
Totally. And you mentioned mentorship a couple of times, and I've just been also realizing how valuable that is, and just like having wiser people around you, and like not necessarily feeling bad asking them questions because they're happy to share, and finding those people in your life that maybe see where you're going or you guys align in some way, and being able to lean on other people to give you gain.
I think the hardest thing is finding them.
Yes.
Yep.
But once you find them, you will be shocked. They want to share the game.
Truly.
They're looking for people. They're looking for young men, young women to pour into,
Yeah.
to prevent them from making the same mistakes.
Totally.
You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
help accelerate their process.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It just takes time.
Yep.
For sure.
But I got it tatted on my forearm. I've always believed in seek and you shall find.
Totally.
Being knock and the door will be open.
Mhm.
Ask and you shall receive. But
Yeah.
if you don't do any of those things, nothing's gonna happen.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So yeah, gotta seek it. Gotta seek it.
100%.
I love that.
Man, it sounds like you do a lot, man. And I hear you talk about your wife a lot. And
Mhm.
like, so one of our questions was like, how do you balance that within your marriage and education, going back to school and starting a business and all those things and raising a child? Like, what's one of your tools?
Oh, well, honestly, I would say is understanding that sometimes there is no balance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
believe that
one thing
100%.
my wife and I have had to. That's a tough pill we've had to swallow.
Yeah.
It's like you try to say that you want balance, but in some seasons balance doesn't exist.
That's right.
Especially if you're trying to get someplace. Sometimes it's gonna be unbalanced. It's gonna be a little lopsided. You know what I mean? So right now, honestly, I mean, we have a great nanny that we've hired, and my wife is taking a boatload of the work right now. I'm not even gonna hold you. You know what I mean? Because I'm out, trying to build a business, and I'm in school full time. You know what I mean? So right now, it's I pick up when I can. She handles what she does. You know what I
Totally.
mean?
Yes.
That's it right
She
there.
handles
For
what she
sure.
does,
Yeah.
and
Right.
but we do our best, and I do my best at being open
Yep.
with communication and my feelings.
Yeah.
And she does the same thing. You know what I mean? And right now we both understand it, and it's good.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is just being honest, transparent with how each partner is feeling
Mhm.
in the season,
Yep.
and also being very clear about putting things on the table what we all have to deal with. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Because I'm in
The
school, I'm a
non-negotiables.
full-time student,
Yeah.
Right.
even though she's not, but she's
got
a full
She's got the
something.
schedule.
she's
Yeah.
she's a full-time something. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because I'm a full-time student.
Yeah.
You
She
know what I
gotta
mean?
pick up the slack.
She got to pick up the slack. So
Sure.
I think it's just understanding that, and it's just constantly being in communication. With your partner. I think that's where it starts.
Yeah.
Like if y'all don't have clear communication, it won't work.
It's over.
It's
Yeah.
over.
Facts.
Understanding
Facts.
is one of my rules in my life of just like to offer it. Not so much always looking to be understood.
Offer understanding.
Yeah. But to be able to like, yeah, I get it.
Yep.
I hear you. I give you the space to be able to say what you got to say, because I mean it's the same in my house. It's like we be everywhere. Like I be here. My wife is a physical therapist, so her job is kind of like cutting to the point. Like she know her schedule, blah, blah, blah. She can get to the kids. And me, it's like, you know, I'm making music. I'm working on my next album. I'm in here with the podcast. I'm traveling out of the state, and I'm just like, so when I am home, I'm like, all right, I'm in. I'm tagged all the way in.
Yep,
I got
same.
it. I understand what you've been doing when I
Yep.
wasn't here. And it's like what you just said. I think that's important. Of just sometimes it just won't be balanced.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody gonna be tilted a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to understand that is important.
Yeah, and just to cap this off, it's just like one day the roles can reverse.
Yeah.
100%.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean?
That's right.
It's all good. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Because everything has a season.
That's
For
right.
sure.
Everything has a season. So
Right. And
yeah,
as long as y'all are aligned, you're going to the same place anyway.
we going to the same place. We have the same mission.
Totally.
We have the same mission. We are in agreement on that. You know what I mean? As long as we on that,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, we
good.
good.
We
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
We good.
Yo. Oh,
Well,
that's perfect.
I think it's a perfect place to land it, man. Omar, thank you so much, brother, for coming and blessing
Yeah,
us
thank you,
Yes.
fellas.
with your
Yes, thank
energy,
you.
with
Yeah.
your knowledge,
Yes.
with the product,
Yes.
just holding space with us, man. Thank you for coming,
It was
man.
a blessing.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Tell the
Everybody
people where
know.
tell the people.
Yeah,
find
you
you,
guys
man.
could find me on all platforms at Omar.Bolden, and you can find the brand at The Culture's Herb on all platforms. Tap in with us on Instagram is really our platform that we do the majority, the bulk load of the posting. Obviously, we're trying to increase with TikTok and things of that nature, but more than anything, we're big on educating the people on herbs, nutrition, alternative ways of healing, and our products. So, it's not just about, here we have this product, come buy it. No, we want you to learn something from us and take something from us and then teach it to your family. So, tap in with us at the Culture's Herb on all products.
Heck yeah.
That's it, y'all. Welcome to it. Thanks.
Thank y'all. Dope.
So